everyone, this is Deepa Karan again in season 2. We will be discussing about coaching tools, corporate politics, expectation management, sources of positive energy, your action speaks, and much more interesting topics in this season. Happy learning. In this video, we will talk about coaching tools that we use during our leadership coaching conversation. Depending upon the need for the individuals, if they wanted to know more about themselves, become self-aware of, wanted to know more about their personality, their leadership style, then we will use MBTI, Ferrovi, StrengthsFinder, Hogan, SWOT analysis, some of the tools like that. And based on the need, the tool will be chosen. After that, we also explored with them on some of the anchoring and mirroring and visualization technique to move them towards the goal that they wanted to achieve on. So for example, the metaphor that's being used is something that gives them more clarity and in-depth conversation about what they really wanted to achieve, what they really wanted to discuss, what they really mean by. So, in order to understand or describe the situation in a more detailed way and explore options, generate more ideas, we use some of these tools for the help of leaders to have more clarity so that they don't have the dilemma and they are able to think through in a more clear way. Expectation management. While this is a very detailed topic to discuss on, let's see if we could get a glimpse of what we are trying to do in coaching conversation with regards to the expectations. There is expectations that you have on yourself. That's something we deeply explore with leaders. What is that you are trying to expect from yourself? And there is expectation that you have on others. What is that you wanted from others? And also how you perform on the expectation from others. So there are a lot of things that we discuss in detail in the leadership coaching, and that's when we use the tool called self-awareness tool, where we try to identify whether the leader is a pleaser or a seeker or actually in a fully self-aware state. So in whichever state they are in, if they have more expectations on themselves or more expectation on the others, we try to balance it out and help them move towards the awareness state on, they strike a balance between what they expect from themselves, what they expect from others, how do they do from the expectations on the others. So trying to be fully aware of, conscious about, and moving towards that will be the goal for the leadership coaching session that we are having. And one tool that we use to help them is the have to, get to, and love to. If you have something to do which you love, whether you expect on yourself or from others, then you will anyway love to do that. If not, then you have to do that, is the feeling that you will be exhibiting. So that's when we move them towards a task which needs to be done even if they don't like it. We move them towards the get to, that today I get an opportunity to work for this task or work for this person. Today I get an opportunity to work for myself. Whether you like it or not, working in a gratitude mindset helps you to be in a peaceful state. Open conversation and direct communication. This is one of the key leadership skills that every leader would possess. While they use it for giving feedback, delivering leadership messages, asking for promotion, and to say no, we as a coach use it for providing our observation to the clients. Each leader has their own way of thinking patterns. And as a coach, our responsibility is to understand their thinking process, understand their way of thinking, understand their thought process, and then reflect it back as a mirror with their permission. We ask for the permission from the client and the leader and provide them on our observation from our own perspective. It is completely a non-judgmental one, mentioning about the feedback that we give to the client based on the conversation that we have had. It's up to the client to think about it, to reflect on it. There might be some insight that might be coming up for them. Or sometimes they might ignore. They might say, okay, this is just a momentary thing, so we can leave those. So we will leave it to the client to understand, observe whatever is being provided as open and direct communication or feedback to them based on the discussion we had with the clients. Asking for help and standing up for yourself. Why is it important to discuss about this? Have you been in a situation where you've been working hard for a long time and you're seeing that someone else is taking the credit and getting the promotion and moving up in the ladder, and you have been staying in the same position? This is something that most commonly some of the professionals bring it up in coaching conversation to group themselves on, to understand what exactly they are lacking on. It is because that they look for the affirmation. They look for somebody to confirm whether this is right or wrong, or this is something that we are supposed to do. And in which case what happens is you end up doing things on your own with your own hard work, but you get that affirmation from others, which is seen as a low confidence on yourself. And in the long run, people take your effort and they take that as the credit from you, and then they go up in the ladder. So what are we supposed to do for that? When we do the coaching conversation, we try to bring it to the awareness of the individual on how they actually work upon. Are they asking for help that is needed for them? Are they asking for what they really expect for? Are they thinking in lines of what is the organization is going to benefit? How would they plan to achieve that? How are they planning to communicate that to others? Are they standing up for themselves? While hard work is important, standing up for ourselves is equally important in the corporate professional environment where you only can speak for yourself. Of course, your work is going to display your strengths. In the same round, we also have to understand that it is our responsibility to express ourselves, express our work, present our work to the environment that we are in, so that we ask for help that's required for us. The role of heart, brain and gut. This is a key thing that we usually use in leadership coaching. We always have two different thoughts going on. One is from the heart, the other one is from the brain. So our heart wants to do certain things which we love. It desires to achieve certain things. It wishes to attain certain goals. While the brain thinks about whether it is possible or not, what all risk is involved in it, whether will we be able to do it, what resources that we might need for it, what help we might need for it, what support we might need for it. Is it practically possible? So there are a lot of logical thinking that happens in the brain. So when we have both this brain and the heart coming together, working together, is where the third thing, which is the gut, that helps us to make a decision on. So for leaders, this is the one that helps in decision making. This heart and brain has to work together for a leader to provide that intuition, what we call it as a gut feeling. And that gut feeling and intuition comes when this heart and brain works together. And during our coaching conversation, we request the leaders to place their hands in heart to understand what they really want, and also ask questions to explore more, which is from the logical thinking perspective, which is the prefrontal cortex perspective, and finally arrive at a clarity using their own intuition. What does the intuition says? Going by that intuition, How was the experience in their past going by their intuition? How best they were able to make that decision, and which one of these decisions have been successful for them in their past own experience, and trying to use that as a tool for their future decision making. So as a leader, are you a heart person, brain person, or an intuitive person is something that we identify for ourselves. We'll talk about source of energy. Each person have their own way of generating energy. Some of them generate it internally, some of them generate it externally. So for introverts, they generate energy internally, and for extroverts, their source of energy lies outside. See people who are coming to the coaching conversation saying that I feel bored, I feel dull, and I'm not in a position to work on these things because I'm not having much energy. So that's when we explore with them to understand what is actually their source of energy. What would energize them? Say for example, sunflower gets its energy from sun. Similarly, each leader, each individual client will get their source of energy from many different ways. And as a coach, I generate my energy internally through yoga and meditation, and externally through listening to music. So each person have their own way of identifying where their source of energy is and making it a habit. And in our leadership coaching conversation, we explore with them on understanding that source of energy. How do they sustain that? How do they generate it? And what are ways by which they could maintain it? And how could they make it as a habit to generate energy internally or externally on a daily basis? And some of them who are more social gain more energy being with people. So group energy is something that most people are used to. While being together, they generate more positive energy together, and it also works in a different way. Some of them being more together gain more negative energy also. So exploring in that sense of where, how, and what is their source of energy is more important for any leader to contribute a lot in a sustaining manner. Today in this video, we'll look upon how we place our career growth. Most leaders who come for coaching bring up this topic to understand how do they like to go about in their career growth, what speed that they would like to go in. So we as a coach discuss with them on what is their target that they would like to achieve, their long-term target, their short-term target, and what is the way how they could actually achieve those things. Predominantly, two different things come up. Are they willing to go as a spinster, or are they running a marathon? A spinster way is trying to achieve a particular goal in a particular period of time and then running fast towards it. And once you achieve that, take a break, relax for some time, prepare yourself for the next run, and then they take another goal, another run, and then another spinster. In the contrary, there's other way which is a marathon way, which is a longer run. They look at a career in a longer span of time and what they would like to achieve for more than 10 years or 20 years, and they run slowly towards achieving those goals. So in this way, they keep doing small and little things on a day-to-day basis towards a particular goal. There will be consistent effort and constant effort that will be put on regular basis. So without these two things, there are few leaders who come and say, I'm not in a race. This is not a competition. Well, we acknowledge those leaders who wanted to be in that unique way and travel in a way that they would like to be without any speed or anything. But what we focus on is whether you are running or walking or crawling, keep moving. Are they moving forward towards a goal, towards the future, towards what they would like to achieve in the world? And our sense of leadership coaching is to let go, learn from the past, be in the present, and move towards the future. And that is the one that we explore along with the leaders to understand their unique way of pacing their career, be it a sprinter, marathon, or just enjoying the journey. In whatever way, just keep moving. Your action speaks. So while we have intentions, thoughts, words, and actions, action is the one that actually defines us fully. And leaders are the ones who actually lead by example in their action. There is one person who reached out to me asking, saying that, Deepa, I actually say I can't do this, but somehow, I have to do it and I do it. But people come back and say that I'm a liar. I'm a liar because I'm saying I'm not able to do it. And that's when we tried to explore more, we understood that the person is actually doing the opposite of what he's actually saying, which means your actions, what you're doing, is taking precedence of what you're saying. If you say I can't do and actually you do, what you do is what is counted and what you say is being treated as a lie. So when we actually have to do something, we have our own intentions, we have our own thoughts, and we have our own words, and then the action comes. But what is seen is the action that stays in others' mind. So we have to align all these intention, thoughts, and words towards that action, and have to be in sync, in balance, and what we say is what we have to do. And that's what is going to speak for you. Let go and let's go. So what is that we are going to discuss in this video? We have been taught from the past, from our childhood, that to keep our learnings in mind. Don't forget your learnings. But in this video, we are going to see how we have to unlearn certain things from our life. Because on a longer run, whatever things that we are carrying towards might not help for us to reach the next level. So unlearning is the key for us to progress in our career. And not just unlearning, at the same time relearning new things and continuously learning things. Continuously upskilling us is the one that is going to take us to the top at the executive level, at a C-suite level, and achieve our dreams. So unlearning, relearning, and continuous learning is a process that each and individual person who would like to become a successful leader has to follow. Let's go, let go.